how far out wide she is. She's going to be hoping that they all check up a bit more, and it's the tiniest of contacts, but it's wheel on wheel, and that puts a lot of energy into the car straight away. Christine GZ is down on site for us. GZ.
Incredibly safe, so, oh wow. So he was on the outside of Ross. That is extraordinary.
That's a heavy impact, yeah, to move that concrete barrier and
ตบซ้ายมาเคล็กน่าจะมาเร็วแล้วหลุดนี่หลบโอ้โหอันนี้อีกหนึ่งอุ้ย under over พร้อมหมด
who was trying to get the power down on the turf, fourth lap back, and that's the results of what happened. We can have a listen now.
Came out of the corner.
It'll be on the exit.
Yeah, there's the tap, there's the launch, and then it just cartwheels and somersaults and goes over and over and over. That was a huge accident, and Will Burns' car already.
They'll be looking to finish. Ooh, contact.
Oh,
there.
no.
Oh, my goodness.
This is just
Disaster.
Dufek colliding with Stuka there. That I think initially that initiates it.
So both the drivers that are out of the race.
A ver.
Fíjense, pisa abajo. En el momento de comenzar a frenar, el auto se pone de costado. Esta es la primera plana del circuito.
Me hace acordar mucho del despiste de Nicky Santilli Pasos en este lugar.
En el mismo lugar, en el mismo sector.
Cuando se corrió.
Com ele. E ali não foi aquaplanada, viu, Thiago Mendonça? Foi no momento da freada, né?
Exatamente. No que freou, perdeu a traseira, foi de frente no guarda-reio. Uma pancada bem forte do Luiz Souza. Muitos detritos.
Eles não precisam procurar a parte mais molhada, e aí é problema. Perdeu a frente na frenagem da primeira curva. O Sadak, quando foi no freio, o carro apontou ali para a direita e falou, tô indo.
Como você gosta de brincar, deu saudade de casa, né, Luke? Tá louco? Que pancada forte.
Olha só, mas cruzou a pista legal o Israel Salmen. A gente tem ali um pouquinho de déjà vu em relação ao que aconteceu ontem com o Sadak Leite e em relação...
Gana algunas colocaciones y allí va a la pelea mano a mano con Fernando Corrao. Uy, un
tremenda piña. Tremenda piña. Tremenda piña.
races, and here's a collision early in this race. Dylan Ferrandis and Phil Nicoletti going down.
Oh, Phil Nicoletti. Hate that for Phil. There's nowhere that...
But Giacomo manages to hang on to second place. Storming round the outside was Sean Bell, and he's picked up a few places whilst Loggy is in trouble. Loggy's had contact, so too John Ferguson, and into Andrew Howard. I think Richard Neary was involved in that too. And big drama down the hill. The 27 McLaren heavily into the barriers, takes a couple of others with him, and that was big contact with Sasha Kakad. The car is back in the middle of the road. And this
super well. Wow, look at this, the speed, the energy, the engine cover coming off the BMW as well. I didn't appreciate that. Now watch the Ginetta in the left, follow this BMW through. That is tight. That would have been...
This is our first look at it. Wow.
Did Rossi run out of gas?
Oh my gosh.
Air time.
Wow.
For Stingray Rob, something clearly wrong with the set. And Carpenter, here's another angle. I mean, Edge is losing it on his own. Same with Kyle Kirkwood, just getting on the brakes. When you see him in the air, upright like that, you tend to react in ways that might not be.
And they're going, I can't believe it, going through into Slaughterback. A big incident and a big roll. Big roll. Oh, that is certain.
Slow down into turn 2 as we see a rider there making that mistake there. Man, that's a fast crash through there on a big 1000.
Back. Oh, it's another hub failure. We just saw this in a previous race, a mechanical failure from the left rear of that car. Sorry, right rear. Pretty heavy impact into the concrete wall there, and then because the tire's off the car, it just pulls her over. So good to see no heavy impact with the rollover. It's never
their way forward. That's trouble. Sabrini, contact.
The 22 of Anderson and Avedizian spins across the racetrack. Anderson right back into the path of traffic and gets clobbered. Is that Clemens in the 76?
I think it is. Big contact there. Casey Michaud.
Coming into the shot, he'll be the red car at the back. You can see him.
Yep, tail end got away. That's pretty much all on his own.
I knows it's into a lot of tires there on track break, so they're able to absorb some of that energy. As we saw him walking himself into the...
Quedan justos a la par.
Intenta Cafaro, a ver, sin intención de dejarlo cruzado, ¿no? Cafaro...
Gracias a Dios le pegan el eje trasero.
Sí, sí, pero fíjate ahí cómo no levanta ninguno.
No, sí.
A ver, no levanta ninguno. Es increíble. Es increíble.
Estamos hablando de...
Verde, que te quiero verde, arranca la carrera, se ha quedado. Era uno de los campos, se ha quedado, en este caso, Jan Giroski en esa posición, madre mía, vaya golpe. Ojalá estén todos bien, accidente.
Da Oliva alla staccata della prima variante, si toccano, Oliva e Zanon che poi va a centrare, è andata anche la classifica dei vari. Mattia Bucci, non voglio dire una sciocchezza, ma era una Ferrari rossa e mi sembra proprio quella di Bucci, e vedete che alla fine il povero Lorenzo Casè, che stava percorrendo tranquillamente la variante, è stato preso in piedi.
C'est le départ. Et on a toujours la même sensation. Hein. Voilà, là on l'a vu un petit peu mieux sous un autre angle. En fait, la touchette que l'on a sur l'arrière va un petit peu...
Allez, on a... Oh, attention, première attaque à Adélaïde, et la première chute, attention, il y a un gros carton là, Adélaïde avec...
Trying to sneak his way in, and it's Townley who leads, and we've got... Oh! Rider that fell here a lap ago, watch this, he dragged his foot pegs, that's why. Look how hard he hits the ground. He is okay though. But the Japanese rider in the middle, getting absolutely sideswiped there. Was it the Japanese rider? Anyway, 7 or 8, there's another Venezuelan in.
Have been extra painful for him. Let's watch it on his onboard now.
Oh, just bad timing on the turn-in.
Oh, finished in that first race yesterday. Yes, he did. Oh, Maggie Webster. Oh, and over she goes. And that was a bit of
Will Davis just sidestepped there. He's arrived a bit too quick with it crossed up. Yep. That's flicked him into the wall. But what's the Nick Percat story? Oh, man, that is damage. Big time. Remember I talked about when they're at the grip limited edge? He got it pulled up. He made the apex. He's in the fence.
Absolutely out of control through the left hand of the S's.
And so this will tell a better picture of it. I know this is the end result here, and there's that wheel that I said went.
And another one. He took 3 hits there.
We'll have a listen to this.
Ali, vamos ver o que aconteceu. Ou eu que vi errado, né? Nossa, o Brandon freou na grama. Ou quebrou alguma coisa. Ele veio e foi uma pancada forte do Brandon. Felizmente tudo bem com o piloto, já tá fora do...
Vamos acompanhar na repetição o que aconteceu? Foi ali na curva 9. Na última curva do circuito, no enrosco com o Wagner Pontes.
Teve um toque aí.
Enrosco de pilotos de categorias diferentes.
Entre Vale, porque hubo contacto. Uy, bandera amarilla. Hay contacto detrás, fue Helio Mesa. El contacto inicial con Víctor Gama, que es quien está de cabeza. Esperamos que Víctor mire en la parte trasera. Pues sí, a mí me parece que a mí en esa toma no alcanzamos a ver si alguien baja a Helio, porque eso puede ser también otra posibilidad.
Might be a better angle. I think just Quapple gets to the bottom, and then 55 of Heim really just didn't know he was going to get there. I don't... It's just a tough one.
Replay. Look at the back of your screen. Oh, it looked like it was... Oh, my goodness me. So 2 riders involved. Thankfully, the other riders... And that was a 72 clipping the 18 of Tamper. Really, and Tamper so lucky not to be collected by any...
Wide look, throttle still open. Wow, goes onto the paint, and that's what happens. That was... Yeah, it was. I mean, he's an experienced lad, brilliant rider. He's Lee Bob, but that is a rod that's come out of the engine. Oil spills on the back tyre, and that's the result. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, the bike's on. We saw him go down. He's back on his feet. Sort of front end of there.
Yes. That was the warning sign early on in the session this morning, James, and then. Well,
yeah, again, it
was
a little look.
Watching a line, yeah. Bam. And
Oh my god. Okay.
Ia dar aqui toque, aqui capotanço do...
By our calculation, just managed to keep his championship hopes alive.
Whoa, talk about
close.
Avoid another car. That was... Oh, he got it sideways, then is pirouetting across the track. That was a big impact. So the most important thing is that Ken is out of the car and Ken is perfectly okay. As much speed as he makes contact with Ernst Kirkmeyer, and then ahead of the chicane, loses the back end of the car and is into the barriers. That for sure will be a
way up into contention. He's up to for trouble. Ryan Wilson hard on the wall with Parker Eatman, Chase Burrow and more in a massive wreck in turn number 1.
Practice 2, 6 BSB champions on the grid, and that could be nasty. I thought that was going to happen. That's the danger. And the 41.
What happened?
Yeah, and you can see it there where basically 3 into 1 don't go, and for...
hampir saja kehilangan kendali, Zivan Rosso. Oh! Terjatuh pebalap-pebalap kita. Sasaki選手のマシンです。ホールショットは一番右側から本田七海。転倒が複数。
Olha lá, ele vai saindo de frente, pegou ali na grama, o caminhão toca na barreira de pneus, ele bate, aí apoia em cima dos pneus, dá um giro, capota e cai de lado.
No sabemos, probablemente, porque además iban, sabía creo yo que era el final de carrera, porque iba también lanzando iba dando ráfagas, iba dando luces al muro. Repetido, se tiraba por el interior, ahí le cerraba. Bueno, pues sí, pues era, bueno, pues vaya golpe, efectivamente, pues era Aubrey Hall.
Non si è accorto del doppiaggio e poi c'è stato il caos, quindi safety car in pista, tutto da rifare anche per Tommaso Mosca e per Riccardo Cazzaniga. Non so se ci sarà Fulcorsiello. L'Audi mi sembra sia riuscita a ripartire miracolosamente la BMW. Vedete che la Ferrari di Renmans è andata a toccare e poi successivamente a sbattere.
All this session, so this is a replay, lot of curb through 1, out of sequence to turn 2, massive amount of oversteer, but he's ended up just overcorrecting.
Oh, that is a big spin into the barrier.
Oh, that's just wrong place at the wrong time, isn't it? Albon got a snap of oversteer over the curve, as Felipe said. On that curve, just lost the rear of the car.
Essa imagem vai ficar boa. O pessoal da Master TV trazendo pra gente. Fechou ali para tentar colocar por dentro, veio o Edson como uma bala. E o Luan Lopes lá por fora não tinha como ver o Edson Reis.
Se tocaron final. Uy, golpazo de Stan, Golpazo de Stan, se terminaron tocando.
Turn 8 in the middle sector, and it's another moment for Perez when the rain started to fall that he's found the barriers.
The high-tech off the curb, into the barrier, out of the race. Amory Cordial okay there?
Yeah, hits it with the right-hand side of the floor, actually, doesn't he? And just unsettles the car.
Just barely gets by there, and he has to hang on to it. There was a big wiggle. Who clipped him?
I think this is Pietro
That's
Fittipaldi
Pietro.
in the hub car, and then Ferrucci.
And then Pourchaire. Wow. Hits his teammates. The fencing did a great job keeping
Really
that car
did.
inside the track. Coming. This is from Siegel's on board. Oh, all
full
three.
course here, full course.
It's bizarre. Oh my goodness, that is such a terrible feeling. It actually fired the car back up. He bump started the car.
Qui pourtant prend le meilleur, attention parce que derrière ça fume, ça chope. Là on a une grosse envolée là pour
Espectacular fue el vuelco. Toque. Bueno, el vuelco lateral. No se detuvo contra nada.
A ver si lo tenemos aquí. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pasan bien. Contacto de Javier Razo con Jake Cosío. Y ahí todo el bloque trasero. Vámonos. Ahí está también Roger. Ahí está el Chaparrito. Ahí está Rubén Robelo.
But there was big drama. Scott Swan made a move on Talbot here and wiped out Davey Todd, the championship leader. Both riders okay, but costly.
Eric Latifi. Oh, hang on! Eric Latifi was upside down and on fire. 6:55. Jerry Don Tucker does not matter.
Apology. Oh, Sam getting it all wrong. Oh, really unlucky for Scott Redding there. Apologies to Garrett Gerloff and everybody. Team want to know, of course, Svoboda broke his leg, didn't he?
Yeah, and
that was unlucky there. That's Jeffrey Bowes in the gravel with Maheda in Bravo. That's on the brakes into turn 1. Oh, and they're all off at turn 1. That's Carter Thompson. That's
at the accident that took place. Oh, my goodness.
Y después queda con el halo y queda así invertido.
Fíjense, es goma traseira derecha de Nacho Sabino contra goma de...
Mas olha, o povo já não está mais tão educado quanto ontem, hein? Olha só acidente! Temos o Lucas Pivetta! Vamos ter bandeira vermelha. Leandro Parisotto, temos o Rubens Zanelato também.
Olha lá, o Luiz Lopes freou, a traseira vindo a passeio, ele se apoiou no Zine, segurou, mas daí rodou. Nisso vira passageiro da agonia, não tem o que fazer. Rodou, ficou atravessado. Aí ele estava parado, esperando todo mundo passar, passou um, passou outro.
O Giordano nem sequer freou praticamente, dá a impressão.
Aquele pedaço aí.
Speed Series, a fantastic place to pass. We've got a rollover. We've got a rollover in the 86 scholarship class. Not going to slow up, just pulls up the kitty litter. Was able to get involved there.
Already. Just the car stopped really.
Timich has trouble getting through the gears. Buddy Isles Jr. into the wall. Connor Holzenball, Sammy Smith, Cameron Bolin, Cade Brown, huge.
We might have a replay of Sweet. Oh, that's a big one.
That was, yeah, it's
Almost spot onto the
other.
One.
Oh, Campos is drifting down into turn 2 and slammed into by Jason Ibbotson. Oh, there's Chaos.
煙が上がっていまして、イン巻きしちゃって、クラッシュをしているんですね。イン巻きをした後にが。
So side by side still my oh no! Kevin Darvin gets turned around after contact.
Lo ayudan a ponerse de costado,
claro.
Sí, queda patente, ¿no? O sea, hay un doble golpe en el inicio y en el final.
La batalla, los tres a la par, alguno va a tener que levantar, y se tocaron, se terminaron tocando, uy, lo volcó Perini y Burgos que se pega en el final.
En ese sector del ingreso a la curva número... ¡Ay, se tocan!
Se tocan, ¡oh! Golpazo de D'Angelo.
Tremendo golpazo de D'Angelo y también allí el inconveniente de Carlitos.
A ver la reiteración, ahí estaba Esteban el Toro Rodríguez, allí le hizo un extraño justamente en la camioneta número 26 a la salida de la curva número 2 a Helio Mesa. Prácticamente se lo encuentran cruzado a la salida de la curva.
McKenna was shaken up there as the car went cage first into the wall and then cage first onto the racetrack, but certainly thankful for the...
Rangers not quite there. Look at Alex Gannett. He gets into the 04 of Dumoulin. A bunch of cars get involved, including the 39 of Gannett.
Here he goes around turn 6 there. Ooh, wobble the front and he's flung right over his back. Oh, that's a big spill. That's a big crash with Shazali.
Let's have a little look. Oh, it's come. Oh, wow. That bike destroys itself. Thankfully, he's all right. So it's very unusual to... I wonder whether he's... Oh, God.
That's for the scrap heap. Let's see, have a look at this then from Verstappen.
Oh, he clips.
Oh, he clips Morgan McLaren's Woods bike.
He got too close, basically, and you know, he's obviously he's paid.
To the chicane. Who's winning this one? Look at the speed again. Oh no! Big crash! Big crash for Andy Irwin. Ryder's going to get it, I'm sure. Of here, I mean, that is as big a high.
Not to get clobbered after the initial crash. That's a
Kyle Ryder there.
Yeah, that's perhaps 130.
Yeah. As well. Keep an eye on the Smith brothers. Oh, just as I say that, they both go down in unison, both Batham bikes. Is Desoy going to take the lot of them? He's still up and all, they're all down. And that's a disastrous end to the race.
Cogdilo lo va a buscar para afuera. Mira Albin para adentro. Se fue adelante Albin. Pero como se le prendió la moto a Albin, lo chocó.
赛车有一些轻微的接触，维持住了原来的位置。哇！摩赛的一台赛车再度发生了翻车，这应该是。
Ahí tenemos la imagen. ¡Ay, qué piña fuerte! ¡Ay, qué feo golpe! ¡Qué feo golpe! So
Kirkwood comes down, takes a little bit of air away. That was tight. I think Will Power really pinched the guard really slow to bring him to speed. This is a crash with Rossi and Power.
In the back, you see Jack Harvey as well. Connor Daly gets some debris. The grass, sorry. Here we go. Just as he goes over the crest, loses the rear. And as soon as look at that. That's a big impact.
Let's take a look at exactly what happened. That is coming through the kink at very, very high speed.
Fortunate that further back in the pack, because if that had happened in front of a bunch of cars, that could have been really, really bad. But luckily, these cars are sturdy. Good to hear that Bennett's out of the car.
โค้ง3ครับด้านใน19ยังได้ดีโอ้แล้วก็ล้มไปโดนอีก2คัน3คันจริงเหรอไม่มี19มั้ย19หรือ18ทำไมผมดูเอ้ยแล้วไปไหน2คันอุ้ยรถไม่เลี้ยวนะครับรถไม่อู้หู
That's corner. You don't see a lot of crashes there, but you see the front end as he was changing directions just as the track goes away. Oh man, you hate to see the bike flip like that after the
11 down in off the back straightaway, and hey fans.
Oh no!
Oh,
yep,
wow!
There's got to be stuff. I mean, Greg, both these guys go down. You're two title contenders.
Punkten, also Platz 15 für den Kroaten. Also sehr, sehr solides Rennen. Oh nein! Sturz in der Gerd-Timmer-Bucht. Gleich 3 auf.
Do tyłu, no tutaj widzimy. Teraz będzie ten moment. Zebrana lewa noga, on już wie, że nie wyhamuje i nie jest w stanie nic zrobić. Nie jest w stanie skontrować motocykla, czeka na moment. Strasznie wygląda to uderzenie.
And then now you got Masterpool and Steez, they all pinch each other off.
Wow. There's the big hit.
That was a big one.
That was Anstim trying to figure out who
Varvet, vi kanske får en repris. Och kolla! Och vi ser reprisen i bild. Det är faktiskt han rullar på 5, 6, 7.
Ahead of Chuck Whittle as Ray Acosta and Chuck Whittle both lose.
CSI ด้วยนะครับที่เข้ามาชมอยู่กับการถ่ายทอดเกิดอะไรขึ้นเรียบร้อยครับแหมได้100R ครับหมายเลข93ไปซ้ายยังไงแล้วไปอยู่เรียบร้อยครับตีลังกาครับ SC เตรียมตัวเลยครับ SC ครับผม
Se monta sobre el piano y ahí empieza a dar las vueltas. 5 vueltas en el aire, pasa por arriba del wall ride, pasa por el tejido perimetral.
We talked about off turn 12, just gets it sideways and overcorrects it and hits that wall. I mean, head on hard. He hit about every corner. What a bummer for Christian. And
Dixon falling like a rock.
Massive
penalty. Contact.
This will be a big hit.
Dixon hard into the wall. I think they're going to see it as probably a racing incident. And here's the thing, if he's a few inches...
Astro didn't know that the curb would do that. He's still the one initiating the move. He absolutely takes out Dixon.
Da solo. Per quanto e qui invece peccato perché proprio Renmans è stato protagonista di un incidente, ma no, ci deve essere qualcosa, ci deve essere dell'olio in quella curva, perché attenzione, sì, c'è dello sporco in pista, attenzione perché c'è un'ammucchiata generale, bandiere gialle.
Si scomponeva tanto, qui contesti larghissimo e la macchina finisce nelle barriere, che brutta botta! E che brutta botta i commenti.
Oh man! Wow! Oh, a huge crash. Huge crash.
And then at Knockley's. Oh, it's a big old high side for Andy Owen at the gooseneck. That's a nasty one. It is. That looked like an off-throttle.
Stevenson crashed coming off the mountain. Harrison Desoy also collecting him. Both riders thankfully up and okay.
Nos cadres, voilà, on le voit ici. Oh là 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 là, quelle chute impressionnante. Les deux pilotes sont relevés. On a l'image à l'instant avec Stéphane Ballet qui part à la faute.
Completely sideways. Bang. Yeah, that happened. He wouldn't have even known that was happening until he was flying through the air. Now he was seated in a seating position, ready to tip it into the first turn.
Way out of the groove, and that's a big one. That is a big one for Joe Cauchi. Into the wall and upside down. Oh, that one's up.
Vamos ver o que houve? Saiu de frente, foi e bateu.
Saiu muito forte.
Saiu muito forte da curva, o carro foi saindo de frente, foi esfregando ali no muro.
Também clássico NASCAR. E eu acho que a maior pancada foi do Léo Reis mesmo, não foi não?
Sim.
Olha lá, o Léo vem...
Olha aí, ó.
O Edson Reis, o Edson Reis que bate e o Alexandre Cauê também.
Sente quando bate no muro. Então é isso, arriscaram demais e olha só, deu uma colisão ali entre os carros, mas isso já estava com cara de acontecer.
O Barber, and it was Tim Brook, the engine letting go. He skates off. Oh, wow.
Wow, Jordan Boyce took the worst of that one.
And no warning for the cars behind.
Man, the 88 copped it. First into the fence, and then got cleaned up by the 69 as well.
Brad Gardner went in hard too in the high-tech oil Chevy Camaro too, but nothing they could do. And then arriving on the scene late, Jason Pride, and backwards was the...
Terrible accidente, Juanjo.
From my point of view, Graham third, tried to overtake from Fraser and crashed against his teammate.
Yeah,
boom.
He crashed against his teammate and then Polyanitz goes away, but Gunn gets it.
Oh, replay here. Let's have a look in the background. Yeah, on the right-hand side. Wow! That bike went flying. That is...
Cars. That's an Alpine ahead.
Oh, he's hit the wall.
Hit it. Oh.
He clipped the wall. A lot of damage. Oof. So he's hit the wall at well over 25G because the medical car was deployed.
Foi lá no fundo. Olha lá, de novo, batata. Ele freou, ele foi pro lado, porque ali tem um ponto de óleo. Aí ele acabou tocando, lógico.
An eye in the back of shot.
Yeah, I'm trying to say,
maybe not.
Well, it's in the middle of the shot, and he does indeed tag the back there of Sal Mellor. Certainly, if there was one rider you could say there.
Ah, tá.
Lembra que ele teve problema no início da corrida, acabou voltando pra... Ai. Volta a Nap aí, hein? Aí a panca do Reginaldo Nap. Aí a panca do líder da prova.
O que aconteceu? Ele do nada virou pra fora.
Understand what that was. Oh, insane. But a lot more of it. So Cam Hill got the inside curve with a lot more vigour, which fired it straight across the road. Now, wonder what's happened. You can see the oil. There's a heap of oil coming out of that car. There's a trail that you can see there. But I wonder what happened with David, because he must have gone in the fence by himself prior to that.
Yeah, there may be
Sou o cria da graxa, né, Leira? Você sabe.
Você é graxeiro, então.
Meu engenheiro Clóvis está aqui.
Ih, caramba! Nossa, que pancada! Baita pancada! Segura tudo! Pedala.
Teve pancada.
Ale, os carros já estão começando a vir para a boxe e começando algumas intervenções aqui, ok? Samuel Olive acabou de descer do carro e agora também encostou por...
Por essa imagem a gente tem alguma outra conclusão, ó. Realmente, ele estava dando pé. Uau! E a chance desse carro voltar no Stanley era...
Kita saksikan sekali lagi. Oh, itu dari Suhadi Ali Rahmat yang
tidak dapat mengawal jenteranya ketika masuk di trekor terakhir dan di belakang itu.
扉をこじ開けたい、そんなシンバラ。3番手のポラチにも接触あった。36号車、横転クラッシュ。
Temperatura ideal, né, mano?
É, exatamente. E aí, Ale, muita gente...
Ai, ai, ai! Que Brito e meio com Kawakami o toque. Que Brito e meio com Kawakami os dois.
Has to hold to the inside. He is going to get the overlap. They're looking at 3 wide, and she gets knocked into the barrier hard. DeJesus got up in it. Thomas's, Bokus's, all 4 cars are out of this race.
3 vueltas de carrera, 2 segundos. Fuerte golpe.
Muy fuerte golpe.
Fuerte golpe de Juan Pablo Macelo. Fuerte golpe de Juan Pablo.
Camera angle, watch the 2 riders. Oh, Ross is so tight. Yeah, Coop just caught the end, caught the back of his motorcycle. Bossy was gone.
Already with 14 turns, 6 of them.
That's not how to do it. That is a big one on the main straight. That was happening. So it's the final ramp, and awkward exit stage right. Big contact with the debris fence.
Be next. And a replay of Luca Engela's big slide, and around it went. Bang, hard into the barrier on one side. Bang into the barrier. Boganovic's car off the road, and let's see. So it's Sato sideways, bang, into the barriers, and ends up in the middle of the road. Here comes Dunn, bang, and here comes Boganovic, big bang. Wow.
His car can be removed. Another look at Alex Dunn slithering.
Boganovic has just done an absolute best in the previous sector, and suddenly he's got nowhere to go. That's a big hit.
Por ese toque mientras en la punta sigue la pelea.
Uy, a Gruccio, el atendido se va a golpear, cuidado. Uy, piñón de Gruccio. ¿Cómo salió? Va perdiendo terreno. Uy, se van a pegar a los carteles. Uy, qué piña que se pegaron. Mirá.
Vamos ver o que aconteceu. Vai passar como uma flecha aqui na imagem, quer ver só? É, tem mais um carro. Esse carro foi parar embaixo da proteção de pneus, Thiago Mendonça.
Just been re-signed for 2025. You got the curve. It's the same deal as we saw earlier in the weekend. And then it's shunted across to the right-hand side of the road.
Talvez essa imagem seja mais esclarecedora. Tem um muro aqui pro lado de fora, mas bateu com vontade o Luiz Souza. E como você disse, chegou...
Attached, has had a big
off the track. Oh, he starts to lose it. The rear of the car under brake, it's like he started to lock the rears, but he kept his hands on the wheel. It's gone under the bridge there. I don't know if he touched the paint, maybe he touched the white line. The rear of the car was moving. There was some sort of lateral movement on the rear, which...
And a safety car, but this will be a red flag.
The race is interrupted with Esteban Ocon, the leader, but that is how easy it is.
So that's another big accident for the Williams team who...
Se va Jorge Hackstocks, lo regresa, tocan a Robelo, sale derechito al muro, es Giovanni Rodrigo el que tiene el contacto. El golpe frente a la...
Into second place, but that was beautifully converted, and there's contact in the background, 3 of them. Africa, Blake Davis for North.
A todo. Y ojo aquí, porque el año pasado...
¡Ojo!
¡Uy, no!
¡Derramó!
¡Wow!
Uno de los protagonistas,
Juan
tremendo
Diego
impacto,
Hernández.
es allá al fondo.
Juan Diego Hernández.
Es al fondo,
Con
número
sus nuevos
59.
colores.
Veníamos hablando de Hernández en el corte.
Sí. Frenó y se le fue el auto. Falló algo en el auto, porque no es normal... Cuando
el
tú
oficial
frenes,
de pista.
Sí, se dio fuerte el auto.
Mira los vecinos en
Fuerte
primera
impacto.
fila.
Mira cómo
impacto.
se quedó descubierto el auto.
Again, coming down from the reverse angle. There's just the slightest contact. This car on the edge of adhesion there. Bounces over the gravel and over he goes.
So he's got good pace, blocks him from a long way back. It's a long way back and cannons into the side of David Russell. Caos, the TechWorks.
Pierde el control, vuelve y Fractor no le queda alternativa que a empezar a hacer los trompos después de lo que fue. A ver qué pasó acá. De costado, Tramontana.
Y cuando vuelve para adentro, ¡pah! ¡Qué golpe fuerte!
Qué golpe fuerte.
Triggered the rally safe warning.
There it is there. Actually looked like Glenwood made contact with the inside fence, not just the curb.
But Harry was really wide turning in as well, so he was sort of half a car width off the normal point at where...
Upset at what's just happened. And on his own.
Oh. Wow.
So instead of loading up the right rear, it just loaded up the whole right side of the car, which you don't often see that.
No.
Mandarin he goes, and bang, right ahead of him, and tapping it in the wall as well. So he got caught out, I think, by the pace of the car ahead. So that is one of the...
La vuelta, nos quedamos atrás. Esto ya no importa. Mientras se va Laureiro, ay, se tocó un poco.
Está sin frenos.
Paso, no importó, pero importó. Sin frenos, Laureiro.
In 16th, here's what happened. Dean just got caught up in it.
Wilson.
Oh, and the tire just reaches up and catches the rear of Cole Nichols and takes him back out for you.
Oh, a little touch from Nils Vollen there into turn 2, just in the rear of the Skoda, but gets away with it though. Oh, big accident straight away. That's Christopherson. What will these do? He backs out early and he's that's a massive accident from the local hero. He just bounced.
The gap is out quite massively. And then you've got P3 in there as well. As there's a big Shun! Huge Shun! Big hit!
Era por el puesto 13. Hay un reguero, ¿qué es? ¿Aceite?
Sí.
¿Qué es?
Venía lento.
Uy, qué golpazo, el vuelco.
O sea, Ignacio Fernández venía lento en la mitad del circuito.
Ya. 是在雷区湾的这个区域啊，赛车是没有办法抓住赛道，直接是向外侧顶上了护墙，我直接翻了过来啊。
be short-lived. Early in the marathon 26-kilometre Llyn-Brian test, the Welshman's brief run to second was already done.
Got McLaughlin. Side by side, Ericsson and Newgarden come together, and both are in the wall. Both drivers had benefited so much.
You can't do that. That's not okay.
Horizon car, and there is no start.
Oh,
big
crash!
Power got through. Power got through.
Okay, go for it.
Joseph Newgarden.
Keep an eye on that number 8 car and Marcus Armstrong. The two Ganassis came together and got into Newgarden.
It was Linus Lundqvist.
Cool then. Watch for the orange and black.
Background, he comes straight over the chicane. There he is, joined back on. Oh, and it's the other rejoining car just comes straight across into him.
That's Victor
such
Bernier,
a dangerous rejoin, and that's the championship over. So it wasn't actually Caos particularly being too trigger happy, trying to get the not too much harm done, and then look to our left, just, there's absolutely nothing can be done. And then the second impact, debris flying everywhere. It's quite a scary shunt actually for...
Here we go into the final corner of the racetrack. Antonelli, you can hear the screech of the tyres.
A un segundo 6.
Uy,
el despiste.
Afuera Clay, se pegó. Fuerte golpe. Ay, mira vos.
Auto 42 de Jerónimo Carrión.
Primero
vemos la reiteración, allá atrás, Ahí estamos observando.
Se traba.
Ya se produce el vuelco, está trabado.
Sí, la típica de que se traba con la tierra y se da vuelta.
Para tener una idea.
¡Qué piña de Luque!
El que falta es Craig.
Craig, ahí está el de Villalonga. ¡Qué piña!
Sí, sale en el sector, me da la impresión.
Se ve.
Y el auto está detenido, por eso era la bandera amarilla. O sea...
Most importantly, now let's see that. Ooh, and he even collected that tire pack. Is it 506 or is it 5?
Has gotten through the first two corners. Dario Casso grass tracking. Oh, and the whole car disintegrating for Team Blake-Molen. 2 Team Blake-Molen cars involved there. I think that was Sebastian Blake-Molen.
Arthur Leclerc, c'è l'acquaplaning che coinvolge Luca Magnoni, bandiera rossa, finiscono, ecco vedete, in acquaplaning, questo è Luca Segù, stessa cosa accade a chi gli era dietro, la Lamborghini numero 202. Succede.
Laced under pressure from Tyler McQuarrie. Whoa, big move from Anderson, and he does collide with the points leader. That is, and contact as well. Multiple cars involved in this, including several points championship contenders. Heavy impacts further back, and that will surely...
Salas depois não segura.
Mas pra onde que tá o Salas ali? Ah, será que ele tentou voltar?
Não. Essa é uma primeira rodada do Kaká.
Vamos ver. Não, a gente viu uma situação dessa, acho que em 2017 o Pisoni rodou, voltou para a pista.
BMW appears to have more horsepower, but now Rust with a little kiss inside of Jordan Pepper into Marco Wittmann. Both cars into the gravel on turn one.
Cannonball into the back of
teammate. Rast will argue that he had his nose in the gap. That really was a snookering of the gold and black car into Marco Wittmann, wasn't it?
Yeah, a massive hit, wasn't it? Look at the back of the BMW, and that's a big...
Estamos disfrutando de la segunda final cuando hay un despiste y un vuelo tremendo.
A ver. Ahí vemos ya la consecuencia, ¿no? Muchas vueltas.
Sí, sí.
Muchísimas vueltas. Qué bárbaro, ¿eh? Un vuelco más.
Como que se traba solo.
Sí, solo.
De costado se pone el auto.
Sí, solo.
Fíjense cómo se va ancho en el radio.
Just going to look here at the top of the shot, and it looks there like Bartolini has lost the front, or it might be Umberto Meyer lost the front. And
Oh my God! McDonald is up into second position, is it? And Jack Mahaffey is up in third. We got a faller. Yep, that looks like one of the Irish racing team machines down there at the rear of the rider from Upper Beaconsfield. Oh, that's a big crash there. That's Jonathan Nayless and Archie McDonald. Both out. Nayless one up the inside.
Desde atrás, ahí se ve cuando se cruza el piloto casildense, se empieza a trabar el Fiat 128, se trabó del todo, da dos vueltas.
Gemeldet, dass Stanislav Minsky der Startfahrer ist und der wird jetzt auch vom Feld aufgestoßen. Oh, da geht einer mächtig fliegen. Viel Rauch, viel Staub und dann kracht's aber so richtig, um Gottes Willen. Hoffentlich ist da nichts Schlimmeres passiert, denn der Förch Racing
Red Tirana hatchback.
Oh dear.
Oh, right. Wow, goodness me. Hectic this weekend with the
Je peux dire que même moi, j'étais... ça s'est accroché derrière. C'est Steven Hayden.
Eh oui, j'ai peur.
Steven Hayden qui est dans le mur avec Augustin Bernier.
It's not over yet. We're heading into the wall at high speed. Racing on the streets of Richard Bashaw's got the launch. He needed massive crash in the back.
Road after the initial contact. It's worst case scenario, and it's always the drop.
Long time. That's obviously always the as we see this getting played again here for us. That's always the most intense part of the race, and not to point fingers in. Sorpasso uno dei due piloti, l'altro cerca di resistere, perde l'anteriore e lo butta giù. Quindi le sorti.
Corner. Watch out for the number 78. Tags it back of Boggio, and Boggio, which is the Rosenthal and Boggio crash and race. My goodness me, that was a Jimmy just tucking the front.
Let's have a look here. It is. That's number 11, Luke Allen, a high side.
He gets caught up with the bike, kind of flicks in the
Yellow flags then.
This is it. Oh,
dearie me, that's 93. Mikey Hardy crashing.
Here's a replay of that crash here. Hold on.
Yeah, looks like another rider, number 7, gets in there, but yeah, the 34 got landed on, and it took his...
SP アウトの立ち上がりでリアタイヤがスライド、そのままコントロールを。
2号的车手是内线扎了进来，哇，出现了一个弹射起飞。曾伟业与黄耀明在14号弯这里。
Look, first 4 cars, no problem at all. It's the battle for 6th and 7th positions. The KTM just got caught out by the car that was immediately ahead of it. And as he went one way, unfortunately for...
Ya viene con un problema.
Ya venía complicado, lo superan de todos lados.
Ya venía con alguna rotura.
Y cuando se quiere tirar para el costado...
Mirá vos, ya venía con fuego, claro. Lo terminan impactando, se lo llevan por delante, pero
él ya venía con mucho humo dentro del habitáculo.
Exacto.
Sí, sí.
Bueno.
Pensé que ya venía desde la vuelta anterior. No logramos apreciar bien, o no sabemos bien, ya lo vamos a poder informar, cuál fue el principal inconveniente que tuvo Seba para que origine ese fuego en el auto.
Imagínate a Macera que se lo encuentra él a fondo.
Morning's race, Staller, Tom Behrman stalls.
Oh, it's a big shunt, that, isn't it?
It's not nice. It's a key thing that we can stress for the viewers.
Yeah, everyone was okay. A lot of them avoided it. But look how hard Campbell Pilling hits.
Breve, Cauê Barold é o terceiro colocado.
Vixe, pancada forte agora, hein?
Pancadaço. Carro 84, meu amigo. Carro da categoria. Célia.
Out of control, you're not able to slow the car down too. So it is having a look at that there of Alice. And boom, that was mega impact, but it was coming.
No, esto no. Lamentablemente, esto es lo que...
Start, of course, for the Caymans. Here they come across the line. And we have a big battle and a big collision on the front straightaway. 2 cars, 3, 4, 5 already collected. And this will go full course yellow. Indeed, likely a red flag. As many as...
La bandera de cuadros es para Javi Razo. Contacto atrás es con Julio Rejón. No. Pero ya cruzando la meta, Julio Rejón marca en quinto adelante de Rubén.
Caos en bandera blanca.
A esperar las matemáticas. Para ver.
1 and 2 that time. Will drop. Oh, trouble. Lost the right front. Hard hit into the wall for Sutton. Slams the foam barriers and wheel high into the air. Up into the catch. Short period of time. So, Jim, what we figured out here is they probably got some shrapnel. Watch this. Boom. Right side of the Steckley car. And not far behind was Berta. So he also got some damage from the shrapnel of the styrofoam barriers. That's what.
Muito nivelado e há ali um toque entre Luís Pedro Ferreira e Andreia Souza a envolver também Vítor Ferreira e agora Andreia Souza a ficar.
59 is the one behind him of Nathan Harrison. Whoops, drama there as Matt Cowling clatters into traffic. Mustang off, Lotus off, Mercedes off. That got all messy going into Stern.
Let's have a little look now. We're going to come. Oh, wow. It's on his own. It's a huge high side. And luckily, everyone does. Oh.
So McConnell's got that. Oh, goodness.
Oh, hang on.
And then, nowhere to go for a Halloran. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, the crashes you hate to see when the bike comes back around into the circuit.
Actually, and Billy went down because he clipped the
he discovered something. Oh, there's a big one. There's a huge crash, I'm afraid, to the back of Claudia Schiavone's car, and that was Rahel Fry who tagged the back of the 60 machine as they were going down. 57 Ferrari was almost hugely hooked up in that. You've got the 59 Aston of Casper Stevenson on the great.
We're going to see what happened here. Oh, whoa, a speared off the road, contact with the barriers, lost count of how many times it spun round there, has torn off both of the left-hand side.
Well, this is where it all kicked off. So still went spinning, looked like pretty well unaided. Bosco, it was a big impact. He also collected Leon Vasserthur, so that's going to be another casualty. That was a big impact for the BMW. Bosco, that was a big thump, but this was a bigger thump there, getting collected by several cars, and that's a Simon Birch as well, but the car just didn't get slowed down, launched himself over the top of the Mercedes AMG, back onto four wheels. Also involved was the other of the BMWs, but it looked to me like Lackner had very little in the way of brakes. That is a scary moment. The blue sky as the car goes over. And that was Mercedes for building such a safe car, because to impact at that sort of speed, the marshals as well going falling in the background. Hopefully they're all okay as well, but a lot.
Just forgot to turn, didn't he?
รุ่นอีโคครับสุรศักดิ์ดาเก่งนำอยู่ครับในรุ่นนี้ตามด้วยงามพเนตรครับ
กระแทกกันตรงนี้ครับไม่ดีแล้ว
โอ้โหเข้าคู่กันในชิคเคนครับอย่างนี้อุบัติเหตุแน่นอนครับ
Et frein dans le droite pour 3 moins, quart de tour c'est pourri. Frein dans le droite pour 3 moins, quart de tour c'est pourri. L'équipage va bien. That's a big shunt. He just got wide.
Yeah. And no grip on that Astro turf.
Primero Salce.
Pero sigue como
derecho se
raro.
va, Y bueno, qué golpazo. Qué golpazo.
Qué piña.
No.
サイドバイサイド。
クラッシュになりました。これはサイドからの大きなクラッシュ。今25。
passerade startnummer 15 nere i Trösasväg. Och så var åkning på inneplan! Det är startnummer 15 och det blir en ordentlig sammanstötning med startnummer 71. För startnummer 55, men sen hade vi startnummer 42 som kom
high and wide onto the outside curve. Malmedy picks the rear tyres up off the floor and straight.
Off the curb, into the wall, work to do for the 12 operational staff who can...
The Gomez there. Yeah, he finds himself wide. I don't think it's fair to expect it to drive up the inside there.
Tá valendo. Ai, 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 segura Tucci! A pancada do Tucci com o Felipe Cormelato.